You've probably seen CMOS all over TikTok in smoothies, skincare, and in those viral little gummies. The pitch sounds amazing. Low cost, huge margins, and trending like crazy. Here's the real question. Can a CMOS brand really turn a $1.40 product into 110K a year on just 10 hours a week? Or is this just another Instagram hustle that falls apart when you run the math? Let's find out. Let's start with what's actually working in the business. First, margin. Each jar costs about $1.40 to make and sells for about 25 bucks. That's crazy gross margin. It's over 90%. Second, the product trend. CMOS is hot, not just as a gel, but in gummies, capsules, powders, and even skincare. But here's the kicker. This company only sells gel. That's still working okay for them. They're moving about 30 jars a day, making around $10 net profit per jar. That's around 110K per year in take home, working just 10 hours a week. Sounds solid, right? I mean, it is, but only if you stop there. Now let's talk about where most brands, including this one, hit a wall. The first trap is fulfillment. This business ships gel, which is perishable. That means cold packs, high shipping costs, and short shelf life. One delay or batch issue, and you're issuing refunds left and right. Second is retention. This business has no subscription system, no email flows, no loyalty perks, nothing keeping customers coming back. And here's the big stat of the day. 80% of Shopify buyers never return unless you give them a reason. If you're paying $10 to $12 to acquire a customer and only making $10 in profit per jar, you're basically working for Facebook. All right, this one's big and it's almost always overlooked. Owner dependency. Right now, this company runs on about 10 hours a week from the owner. That sounds efficient until you realize they're managing customer support, checking on fulfillment, and running the ads. If anything breaks, the whole thing comes crashing down. So if I bought this brand, one of my first moves would be building a system around fulfillment, retention, and marketing, so it doesn't rely on a single person holding it all together. Now, let's zoom out a little bit because this space, it's competitive. Hundreds of CMOS brands are flooding the market. Amazon's packed and new DTC brands pop up on TikTok every week. So what makes one of these actually stand out? You have to build a brand, not just sell a product. That means first, clear messaging to a specific customer. Second, consistent education and content. And third, systems that drive second purchases and loyalty. Most competitors are riding a trend. If you can build long-term equity, you'll outlast the hype. Here's how I'd fix and scale this business if I took it over today. First, I'd lead with gummies. They're shelf-stable, trending, and easier to ship. I still sell gel, but the hero SKU should be a gummy or a capsule. Second, I build a real subscription model. Don't just slap a subscribe and save, but actually build a monthly challenge or results-based program. I'd use SMS and email flows to drive repeat customers. Third, I'd build out new marketplaces. This brand isn't on Amazon yet. That's a massive myth. Once your DTC side is dialed in, open that channel up. Fourth, I'd partner with influencers. I'd send product to wellness micro-influencers. I'd skip the big names. I'd use affiliates and let the content compound. And then fifth, build ops around scale. A dual fulfillment model could help, like 3PL for shelf-stable products, a local center for gel. No more scrambling on shipping. So is CMOS a one-hit wonder or a real business opportunity? Honestly, it depends. If you rely on hype, it's going to burn out fast. But if you build retention, expand the product line, and stop doing it all yourself, this could easily scale to over 200K in profit. Comment scale if you want the playbook I'd use to grow this kind of business. And drop a comment if there's another business you'd like me to break down next week.